IBS FSU International Podcast.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to IBS BFSU International Podcast. My name is Louis, and we will spend this wonderful time together. So glad to be with you. Next week is a re-exam week. Wish you guys good luck and study hard as always, but don't forget to rest and listen to IBS BFSU International Podcast. Now I'm giving the floor to Pink One. Stay tuned.
Latest news review on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Hello. On September 15, police and sheriff's deputies in Louisiana participated in an impromptu rodeo when a loose calf was found running loose on a highway. The St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office said in a Facebook post that deputies and officers from the Covington Police Department responded to Highway 190 on Wednesday when a young calf was spotted in the roadway. Deputies said a woman had been transporting in the calf in a makeshift trailer on a road near the highway when the trailer gate came open, allowing the bovine to escape. The calf ran through the traffic on the highway before darting into the nearby woods, where it was able to elude deputies. Apparently, our deputies are good at catching bad guys, but not so good at catching baby cows, the sheriff's officer said. Bear crashes 2-year-old birthday parties, eat cupcakes. A bear crashed a 2-year-old birthday party in Connecticut and was filmed feasting on cupcakes while the party goers fled inside. Rolf and Laura Magedian said they were hosting a birthday party for their son, Cyrus, outside their West Hartford home when the bear emerged from the woods. The parent and the other adults at the party rushed to get the kids inside, but the Bruin was more interested in the contents of the picnic table. The Magedian said the bear was filmed feasting on cupcakes from the picnic table while the party attendees watched through a window. The heaviest man in the UK, with weight of 470 kilograms, has spoken out of the difficulties he's experienced while limited to his liquid restriction diet. With nurses having taken away his fizzy drink, Jason Holt says he's threatened to call the police after the surgery beverages were removed and claims that he is now constantly hydrated. He would previously drink 3 liters of soft drink every day. However, he had to change his ways dramatically after his vital organs began to fail. As previously, carers have now put Jason on a strict new diet regimen. He's being permitted just 100 milliliters of liquid at a time, an amount he described as ridiculous for somebody of his size. He says he's not even allowed a piece of fruit because that would contain water and feels just as though a carer are torturing him through the regiment. This is Pin Kwan, IBS News Service, BFSU International Podcast.
Latest news review on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
IBS FSU International Podcast.
Welcome back. This is IBS BFSU International Podcast. Good sleep is as important to a student as to any other individual because they need to focus on concepts and memorize things. Hence, being mentally well is their basic requirement. During exams, most of the students forgot to sleep. For them, making a sleep hygiene checklist is as important as preparing a study timetable. Otherwise, they will end up having sleep disorders. Now we will give the floor to our experts and see what they have to bring us on their sides. Please stay with us for this wonderful topic.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Hello. This is Konstantin Malkov at IBS BFSU International Podcast, and today we have another wonderful topic for our discussion. Today, our brightest, strongest experts are Adam, as usual.
Hi.
We have Old Girl.
Hi everyone.
We have Rin.
Hi there.
And we have Lois also with us. Lois, are you with us?
Hi, everyone.
Okay, guys, why did you decide to discuss such interesting topic like insomnia? What brought you to this idea?
Well, I feel like insomnia is a common problem for all of the students, especially when you're studying online. Like for me, I'm studying online and I have time difference and I have terrible problems with my sleep. So I hope we can draw the conclusion and get some tips for me and for other students who deal with the same problem.
Problems of insomnia, is it connected with overstresses or overloading efforts to achieve the goals of the student? Guys, what do you think about it?
In my opinion, I think that it has to do with the amount of adrenaline you have overnight. Because when I used to play Call of Duty, during the night I would play scrims and it would be a huge shouting fest. After that, I couldn't sleep for like 2 hours. So that's one of the ways why I used to have insomnia. And then I just stopped playing Call of Duty and it helped.
Okay, so playing video games instead of learning hard, probably this is the case when you need to find out deeper why we need to play video games if you need to sleep. What, Garel? Yeah, welcome. You wanted to share these thoughts with us.
Yeah, I think insomnia is directly connected to what's on your mind and what like if you're worried about something, especially during exam week, we get worried to the exams and all those assignments and things. It just makes it really hard to sleep. So I think this topic is really essential for us to discuss about.
Of course it is, because sleeping and sleeping hygiene, so time schedule is, of course, one of the key aspects for being and feeling rested and concentrated. So really, what's your story about how you feel yourself concentrated? Which tools you use, if you use any?
Yeah, of course, I try to cope with it myself. When I have insomnia, I usually do some boring stuff to make myself get to bed. For example, like reading something boring, like math, something like I just don't like math, so I just read math before bed to have a better sleep.
Mathematicians, do you hear this? Okay, Louis, share your experience with us. Have you ever had insomnia?
Yes, and due to my personal experience, I think don't take afternoon naps. It really helps.
Don't take the
Afternoon
pills.
naps.
Afternoon naps, yeah, for sure. Don't sleep during the afternoon. Sometimes people say that if you sleep during the afternoon, it will give you more power and you will be able to sleep the day normally. However, from my experience, I have never had an afternoon nap because usually I don't sleep at night. All right, thank you very much. It was an interesting topic for our discussion. We will continue just in a few moments later. Please stay with us. This is IBS BFSU International Podcast, the debates part. Today we're discussing insomnia and how to deal with this.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast. Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Welcome back. This is IBS BFSU International Podcast and Debates part. Today we're discussing insomnia, one of the key trouble for most of students as we think. So we're discussing the reasons why it might happen. And now we're discussing how to treat insomnia, how to deal with it. Our experts, the floor is yours.
One thing that helped a lot during the holidays, I tried to fix my sleep schedule. Exercise helps a lot. it gets me so tired to the point that I need to sleep early. That's one way to do it.
Yes, I also think that exercising is best way to fight insomnia, but I think like the methods are different.
For me, I will maybe use a weighted blanket maybe to cover myself to feel security to sleep if I'm suffering with insomnia, or maybe read some rinses boring books or maybe textbooks about
All right, so reading boring books. So which boring books will you recommend to read to sleep faster? Reen is an expert in it, right?
Macroeconomics, guys.
Macroeconomics. Dear professors, if
And
you
also-
can hear this.
principles of marketing textbooks.
Ouch,
I
Louis.
totally support that.
No.
Principles of marketing was actually very interesting.
I
That
don't watch.
hurts my feeling.
I don't read the textbooks. I just watch the videos that the people make on YouTube. So instead of reading 2 hours worth of stuff, you just watch 30 minutes worth of stuff. So yeah, that's one way.
When we're studying online right now, a lot of teachers, they do the recording, so you can just set the recording and listen to a lullaby before sleep.
Yeah, we listen to the previous recording. That's funny.
Okay, you're reading the boring books as you think. So Adam is an expert in watching boring movies. Adam, which movies do you watch to deal with insomnia?
Oh no, I don't think movies help me with my insomnia. I mean, movies make me not sleep instead of sleeping, because the movies, I don't watch boring movies. If I watch movies up to 5 minutes and I think that they are trash, I just stop watching them. Movies don't help. It's just sports. It's just sports and making sure that you don't play any games before you sleep.
Oh yeah, I feel it's like electronic devices, they really do harm sleep, because when I watch something like anime or something like that, I just want one more episode. I bet one more episode. And it turns out 3 a.m. How did it happen?
Exactly. I think one of the main causes of insomnia is very interesting TV shows, because you just start one episode and then you end up spending whole night watching the whole show.
Maybe I feel like students just lack that leisure time. We don't have enough time to rest during the day. That's why we just try to just have some time for yourself at night. That's why we have insomnia sometimes, some funny reasons like that.
All right. So reading the books, watching the movies, and doing sports, these are the main methods of dealing with insomnia. You're still on IBS BFSU International Podcast. Thank you for staying with us.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast. On IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Welcome back. This is IBS BFSU International Podcast. And today we are discussing insomnia, how to deal with it. And Adam was telling a marvelous story about his admission to IBS and normalizing his walking and sleeping schedule. Adam, the floor is yours.
Basically, I used to have a very bad sleep schedule due to being a teenager who has just finished high school and has all the drama piled up, and therefore a lot of stress made me just not want to take care of my body properly. And then one of the things that helped is when I got back to college, I decided to. I mean, the first semester of college, I didn't really sleep well because I didn't really care. But then once it reached the holiday, I set an alarm for myself to wake up early. I exercise so I can be tired at night, tired enough to sleep. Yeah, setting an alarm, making sure I'm tired enough to sleep, and not playing games are the three most important factors to getting a good night's sleep. And also, let's say if you're doing an assignment and it's the last day, if you do it one time, let's say you stay up late until, let's say, 3 a.m., please do not fall back to the old habit. That is also another tip.
Adam said a wonderful thing during the high school. He had troubles with scheduling his time and having insomnia, but as soon as he got the admission to IBS BFSU, everything got back to normal. Once again, IBS BFSU makes magic to the students. Guys, am I right or not?
Oh, yes. Totally magical.
Without IBS, I wouldn't have had a good night's sleep. I guess you are partially right, because IBS got me into that mindset of let's not live a trash life and let's live a actually healthy life. You know?
It sounds like motto,
Live a healthy life in IBS BFSU, right? Exactly.
I would give college some credit, but not all the credit. Some, yes.
If you remember, our dean also said during the opening ceremony that you need to balance your working life and private life. So private life also includes sleeping life. Adam, it was a marvelous experience you had. Probably somebody else wants to share how to deal with.
I wanted to add, I wanted to say I had, and maybe I still have a scene of using my phone, scrolling through my social media or something, YouTube, like something that's pleasing before sleep, because I just can't stop myself. I think you better not do that if you want to have a good night's sleep. So you better not use your electronic devices 1 hour before going to bed. I know it sounds tough, but it's a really good habit.
That's absolutely truth. Reen, thank you very much. Old Grill, do you have something to add?
Well, I personally prefer exercising, as I mentioned earlier, but to those who are also experiencing the same problem, taking your sufficient amount of vitamins are also a better way. And I just heard that magnesium may be the best way to improve your sleeping schedule. So that's what I would recommend.
All right, maybe Louis has something to add.
Maybe like before sleep we can drink something relaxed, like a tea to relax yourself, and then maybe take an eye mask or make some earplugs, having air conditioner to make yourself comfortable.
Thank you very much, guys. It was a marvelous discussion and very useful one. As doctors say, if you have insomnia, you need to relax yourself to schedule your working and private life. It should be very balanced, and also don't forget to exercise and develop every day. It was IBS BFSU International Podcast. Please stay with us. We're always on the top.
Debates on IBS BFSU International Podcast. Latest news review on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Several live lizards were wrongly delivered to a resident in the north of New York City. Needless to say, the addressee was quite startled when they opened the box. Port Chester Police wrote on Facebook, "Police received a call about the reptiles just afternoon on Saturday. They posted a picture on Sunday of 3 dark-colored lizards held in a large white container. It was not immediately clear whether there were more reptiles in the picture. If you lost your lizards and iguanas, we have them at the police department," police wrote. They say they held the animals until a local animal sanctuary could pick them up for safekeeping. A woman was so impressed by a pair of leggings after she tumbled down a mountain that she posted an Amazon review that has gone viral. Kari H. posted photos of herself sprawled on a rocky slope, saying there was not even a hole in the pants after the accident. Her photographic testimony spurred over 18,000 shoppers to mark her review as helpful. The Maison user enthusiastically left a 5-star rating on Ray Post exercise leggings, which cost $13.99, encouraging others to order them now. She wrote, "Can I just say that I will be reordering them in every color? Here's me rolling and sliding down a mountain because I was too scared to get up. My leggings did not rip, not even a little bit, and I got stuck on rocks and trees." This is Pin Kwan, News Service, IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Latest news review on IBS BFSU International Podcast.
IBS BFSU International Podcast.
Hey, this is Luis again. Thank you for listening to our podcast. We had a wonderful time with our colleagues, and probably practicing proper sleep hygiene is the easiest thing we can do for our body to stay healthy. I hope today's episode will boost your mood and make the study sessions easier for you. I'm here saying goodbye to you as always, IBS BFSU International Podcast. Wishes you the best of luck, sharing love to all of us. We are on the top.
We are IBS.